playing actually.
That's it. That was nice.
Okay. Okay. Well, I can't tell really over the Skype how well that came across in the hall that you're playing things in with a fair amount of reverberation. But you got the sound file, so you could play it over earphones or to in a reasonable recording studio if anyone wanted to listen.
We will. Max, it was very clear to us, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but
great.
And it was quite vivid, and we only have about 4 minutes left, so that we still have time for like 5 minutes of questions. So I wanted to just give you a heads up on the 5-minute warning. Okay,
well that's fine. I am almost done, so that's perfect. So bring up the slide called 50-inversions. And I won't go into the details of this slide because there isn't time. But one of the things that is essential for normal modulation is that people have to believe that the inversion of a chord is very similar to the uninverted chord, because you need to do that to modulate. And Linda Roberts in particular, did a study of how similar both musicians and non-musicians thought inverted chords and non-inverted chords sounded. And as will be no surprise to the musicians, musicians think that inverted chords sound very similar to the uninverted forms of these chords, and that's essential for the theory of harmony. But non-musicians do not find this thing so similar, and neither musicians or non-musicians find that Bohlen-Pierce chords, which are not inverted but are about the octave, because there is no octave, but rather are inverted about the tritive, the 3-to-1 frequency ratio, they do not find the inversion of a chord to be similar to the uninverted form. So that's a limitation to at least making music that has traditional harmony, traditional harmonic relationships in the Bohlen-Pierce scale. A limitation, though, that composers like you and John Appleton and some others have been able to make great music with. So that's my stopping point. And great music is a good place to stop.
Thank you. Thank you, Max. Well, I think now is the time for a few questions, and that would be great. So I'm going to step out of my chair and let other people sit in and ask you some questions about the Bohlen-Pierce scale.
Okay, who would like to ask the first question? Going once?
Hi, Max. It's Gail Young here.
Hi.
Hi. Did you at any time think about dividing the tritave into different numbers than 13? Like 11 or 17 or something like that?
Well, I didn't, but John Pierce tried all sorts of different numbers. The nth root of, I think he had to stick to the nth root of 3. He always used 3, but he looked at the nth root of 3 and ran n from 1 up to infinity or something like that. But he found 13 was the number that gave the best match between the temperate scale and the just scale.
All right, thanks.
So,
Okay.
yeah. Now, do you have any particular number that you like? 17, for example?
Yeah?
19 is supposed to be wonderful.
Okay, we'll try them out.
Okay.
Thanks.
So why don't you come and then we'll get you next. Right.
Max, why aren't you not here? That's not really my question, though. Dr.
Oh,
Regis made me
okay.
ask you that.
Just recognize your late, so
Oh, it's
Well,
Elaine.
I'm
Elaine.
delighted to be as near there as I can.
I wanted to flirt with you when you came here, so I'm disappointed.
Oh dear, well, I can do the same.
Okay, I do have a serious question about the inversions. So I feel like maybe the study of that isn't quite finished because I'm not sure if anyone has actually, have we trained our ears enough yet to see maybe if a trained Bohlen-Pierce person could recognize inversions, and I can see why maybe that might not be the case because there's no octave. However, I've noticed when I'm playing Bohlen-Pierce a lot, there have been times where I freak myself out because I start hearing the tritive as an octave. Like I get confused. It actually sounds like an octave to me, and I get that same feeling. So I think it might be possible for someone to be trained well enough where they recognize inversions.
You know, I think that's a wonderful, I completely agree with you, or at least I think it's worth studying very much. And there's a lot of evidence that the human brain is an enormously plastic organ and can be changed very greatly. I mean, there are lots of examples of this. People who have strokes so that they can't speak, many of them in a matter of a few months can train a different part of their brain to speak. Psychologists have done studies where they put crazy glasses on people that reverse up and down or right and left, and in an amazingly short time people can learn to drive cars and walk around with these glasses on, and they have to relearn it. So musicians take ear training, spend a lot of time learning to think that inverted chords are similar to non-inverted chords. So I would love to have someone do a study to see whether inverting about the tritive could be considered similar.
Excellent.
I think I'm delighted you propose this. I hope you do something.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. We're actually going to pass on the last question, and we're going to move to our next session. I'd like to ask Clarence Barlow to come up. Before we do that, a thank you to Max Mathews.
Before we break up, Richard, what day did you say the concert would be in?
Oh, that's right. Max is premiering a piece on Monday night over Skype as well. A new piece with John Pierce collaborating. John's early piece called Sea Sounds, which I like that title very much. Sea Sounds is being processed in real time through Max's newest software, the phaser filters. So he's going to do it live in concert tomorrow night.
And furthermore, Richard, this is the phaser filters tuned to the Bohlen-Pierce intervals.
That's right.
Excellent. Thank you. So we'll take a moment just to transition to our next paper of Clarence Barlow. Thank you again, Max Mathews, and perhaps a quick cookie. Thank you.